The worst 9mm pistols ever made are the bane of every shooter's existence. These guns are the pits, the worst of the worst. They're unreliable, inaccurate, and often just downright dangerous. Think about it. You're in the middle of a firefight and your life is on the line, and all of a sudden, your pistol decides to jam, or worse yet, fall apart right in your hands. It's a nightmare scenario that no shooter ever wants to experience, but these pistols make it a terrifying possibility. And what's worse, these pistols are often cheap, made with substandard materials and poor quality control. These pistols are the junk food of the firearms world. They're the bottom shelf whiskey, the knockoff handbags, the dollar store flip-flops. They're made to look like the real deal, but when you get down to it, they're just flimsy imitations that fall apart at the first sign of trouble. So, want to discover the worst 9mm pistols ever made? You will in a moment, but first, subscribe to our channel and help us take this community to the next level. Done? Alright then, let's jump right into it. Number 5. Hi-Point C9. If you're looking for a pistol that's more likely to give you a headache than hitting a target, look no further. This pistol is the epitome of cheap and unreliable. For starters, the Hi-Point C9 is heavy, and I mean heavy. It's like carrying a brick with a trigger, and that weight doesn't translate to accuracy either. You could probably throw the C9 at a target and have a better chance of hitting it. The trigger on the Hi-Point C9 is like pulling a fishing line through a brick wall. It's gritty, heavy, and about as accurate as throwing a dart blindfolded. And then there's the safety. It's like a Jenga tower. One wrong move and it all comes tumbling down. The safety on the C9 is so poorly designed that it can be accidentally engaged, leaving you with a costly paperweight in the middle of a firefight. The Hi-Point C9 looks like something a middle school shop class built for a science project. The Hi-Point C9 looks like something a middle school shop class built for a science project. It's bulky, awkward, and just plain ugly. The polymer frame feels like it's made of Play-Doh, and the slide looks like it was stamped out of tinfoil. And the finishing touch? The Hi-Point logo is stamped in big bold letters on the slide. It's like a badge of shame, letting everyone know that you've got the least desirable pistol on the market. Number 4. Cobra C380. If you thought the Hi-Point C9 was bad, wait until you hear about the Cobra C380. This pistol is like the cousin you hope nobody invites to the family reunion. It's embarrassing to be seen with and even more uncomfortable to use. The Cobra C380 is chambered in 380 ACP, which is already a questionable choice for a self-defense pistol. But that's not even the worst part. The C380 is about as accurate as throwing a rock blindfolded, and it tends to jam like a pack of sardines in a tin can. The Cobra C380 is a pistol that you wouldn't even trust to shoot a paper target, let alone an attacker. The sights are so bad, you might as well close your eyes and pray. And the trigger? Think of it like trying to pull tooth with pliers. But wait, there's more. The Cobra C380 tends to misfire, going off when you least expect it, and that's assuming it even fires at all. This pistol has more issues than a teenager with acne, and it's just as unpleasant to look at. The Cobra C380 is more than just a bad pistol, it's a liability. It's the kind of gun that will make you regret ever picking it up in the first place. Enjoying the video so far? Or should I say, are the guns as ugly as you imagine? And we haven't even gone through half of it. Anyways, do hit that like button and let's continue. And now, on to number 3, Keltech PF9. Oh boy, where do I even start with the Keltech PF9? This pistol is a bad joke that won't stop being told. It's cheap, unreliable, and about as accurate as a drunken dart player. The Keltech PF9 is a single-stack 9mm pistol that's supposed to be lightweight and compact. What it lacks in size, it makes up for in problems. The slide is about as reliable as a weather forecast in a hurricane, and the trigger is about as smooth as sandpaper. The Keltech PF9's recoil is like getting punched in the hand by a heavyweight boxer. It's sharp, uncomfortable, and will leave you with bruises that will hurt for days. But hey, at least it's compact, right? Wrong. The PF9 is so small that getting a good grip on it is nearly impossible, so you're more likely to shoot the floor than your target. And don't even think about trying to shoot more than a few rounds without stopping to reload. The Keltech PF9 embodies Murphy's Law. If something can go wrong, it will. And with this pistol, something always seems to go wrong. Number 2. Taurus PT58 HC. This pistol is a classic case of you get what you pay for, and what you pay for is a piece of junk. The Taurus PT58 is a compact 9mm pistol designed for concealed carry, but it's so unreliable and inaccurate, you're better off throwing your keys at an attacker. It has more loose parts than a rusted out jalopy, and it's about as stable as a house of cards in a windstorm. The slide on the PT58 has a habit of flying under recoil, which isn't ideal when you're trying to keep your fingers attached to your hand. And the safety? Well, let's just say it's about as effective as a screen door on a submarine. The sights are about as useful like mixing peanut butter with glue, and the trigger is like trying to pull a tractor with a rubber band. Even at its bargain basement price, the Taurus PT58 is still a ripoff. You might as well be buying a used Yugo. Here's a bonus tip. If you ever come across a Taurus PT58, run like hell in the opposite direction. It's like a box of chocolates, but you're getting a mouthful of melted wax instead of a delicious treat. In all seriousness though, when you're looking for a pistol, spend the extra money for a reliable and accurate weapon. Your life could depend on it, and it will. Number 1. SICK Pro SP 2009. This pistol had so much potential, but in the end, it was more disappointing than a cold cup of coffee. For those who don't like cold coffee, actually. The SICK SP 2009 was supposed to be a top-of-the-line service pistol with a slick design and advanced features, but it fell short in just about every department. First of all, the long and heavy trigger pull made accurate shooting a real challenge, and then there's the reliability issues. The SICK SP 2009 was prone to jamming, especially with certain ammo types. The SICK SP 2009 was like a leaky boat. You never know when it would disappoint you, and when it did, it was usually at the worst possible moment. You're in a high-stress situation, and you draw your SICK SP 2009 to defend yourself, but it leaves you defenseless and vulnerable. And don't even think about carrying the SICK SP 2009 as a backup weapon either. It's like a dead battery. It will let you down when you need it most. So guys, there you have it. Some pistols are best left on the shelf. If you're looking for a reliable and accurate firearm, just look elsewhere. And remember, quality matters when it comes to pistols. So don't be fooled by flashy features or even low prices. Your safety is worth the investment. If you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and leave us with a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on any of these weapons, or do tell us about your experience with other unreliable firearms. Your feedback is always appreciated.